Hello and welcome, this is Mousecunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC for BattleTech. And I just went through the first Flashpoint that we've done with our company so far, and I'd like to do one contract here before we move on. This one here, eviction, so we have to destroy a base. I think I have the mechs to do it. Question is, do I have the mech warriors to do it? Because 3 of my mech warriors, my normal frontline pilots, are out. So let's see who else we could use here. So
I hear ya.
All right, so Promenade is somebody that has the sensor lock ability. She seems like she's decently skilled, but she doesn't really have any experience, so there's that. Toxic.
Receiving you.
Toxic is a potential one. And then there's, of course, Mothman. Mothman's the closest, I think, to being up to the level we need. So I think I'm going to have her be a backup support pilot, perhaps. So let's go ahead and give her this. And we could also give her a bulwark. I think that would help as well. So we're already kind of determining what her 2 primary things are going to be, or her 2 starting skills are going to be. So we'll confirm that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Okay. So she's more or less ready to go. So we've got, for sure, 3 pilots we could use. We could use Revere, Mothman, and, of course, my pilot, who's the only one out of our starting group that didn't take an injury. So the question is, do we go forward with Promenade, having another pilot that has sensor lock and not really needing that necessarily?
Commander.
Or do we go with probably Toxic, because Strix is still a ways away.
Ready for orders.
As far as he's concerned, we could give him the multi-target ability, which will be fairly useful. And then outside of that, not sure what we would level up. We really couldn't level anything else up. We're going to need more backup, either frontline mechs or frontline pilots, or support pilots, kind of moving Mothman in that direction. But Toxic could be a backup for Gnarly, and in any case, multi-target's a fairly good ability that I think is universally going to be good no matter how we use him. I mean, even Revere has it, so yeah, I think that's going to be our right choice for Toxic. Okay, so those are our pilots more or less. And then let's go ahead and take the contract here. All right, so we already know which contract we're going to do. As far as payment goes, it's not necessarily the best paying job, nor is it the best in salvage, although it's not too bad. Technically, Liberation is going to be higher paying, but it's a higher difficulty. And we may do this one. The main reason I'm not sure I would want to, though, comes down to the fact that it's a 3-skull mission, and I'm not sure with how depleted we are as far as mechs and personnel. I'm not sure we could pull that one off, but let's do this one. It's in Tundra, so we won't have to worry about heat as much. As far as things go, I'm going to go 50-50. I say that, we get 3 here. I really don't know at 2.5 skulls if the salvage is going to be worth it. But financially speaking, we're doing quite well. So I'm going to go with the more salvage here. Maybe it'll be a bunch of vehicles or lighter mechs, and we really don't want the salvage, but we could always sell things, so it would make up for it. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll take that. All right, so the only mech that's really locked in here is the one that my pilot uses. The Trebuchet and the Cicada are not ready because they haven't been armed. We just recently got them. So for sure, we're going to be using Revere. I'm going to have UBR Scout. So, well, all right. I guess I have to give you a mech before I can assign you. So we have the Vindicator, which will be kind of our frontline mech. We don't really need a support mech if we don't want to do that, or we could use the Hunchback. I mean, that's got its direct fire. Yeah, all right, we'll use the Hunchback here. And then for our Scout, probably just go with the Jenner, one of the Jenners. I'm tempted to use the one with the SRMs, just because we may very well send this one down after we get something else that would be a better choice. Because I would like to use those SRM 6s for another purpose, perhaps. Another thing I may do is I may want to redesign the Shadowhawk. It kind of depends on how we get salvage and everything. So yeah, we'll go with the Jenner with the 2 SRM 6s. I think that this does more damage. I'd have to check that. Yeah, 120 versus 100. It may not be as accurate, but we'll make do. All right, so now that we have our mechs chosen, let's go ahead and pick Revere here. You there? We want Mothman in, I would say, the Hunchback. And then we're going to have Toxic be in the Vindicator. I think that's how we're going to do things. I mean, honestly, we could switch these 2 pilots. It wouldn't really make much difference because they both have the same gunnery skill. So if we wanted to use Toxic as more of that long-range gunner, we could. The question is, just with the ability, is can I get into cover with the Hunchback? Maybe not. So you know what? Let's do that. We'll switch the pilots. That may make a little bit more sense. All right, let's go ahead. Deploy. All right, here we go. I realized I think I forgot to use the experience on Revere and Mouse Gunner because I was worried about who would be the replacement pilots. So we'll take a look at that later. Your target is the nearby pirate base. Assault the base and destroy enough of it to force the pirates to abandon the location. You should expect strong opposition on this one. Be wary, Commander. Olivia, you're out.
I got icicles growing in all the wrong places.
Alright, let's start moving here. Terrain's probably not going to be ideal for the Hunchback. Yeah, this is one of those situations where having jump jets is going to be very valuable. And I'm going to go ahead and move along the road for now. I kind of switched these 2. Probably should have done that a different way, but that's all right. Yeah, let's have you take the flank over here. It's possible I'd be able to jump there. Nah, all right. And Vindicator is just gonna come along the road.
Enemy detected.
All right, what did we detect? We don't know yet because we don't have a good enough extra skill involved in that. And then, of course, we'll run in here, probably find out what that is. At least what type it is. It is a mech. We don't know what weight class it yet, but we'll find out. Okay, so there's at least 1 light contact and 1 medium contact, and one of those is a mech, so I guess our higher salvage is going to work out. Okay, let's go ahead and reserve because they haven't seen me yet. More than likely there's going to be turrets here. Oh, okay, we got another medium mech, so it's actually working out, I think. So definitely we want to reserve down to the last if we can. Now, if they get vision of me, we want to kill whoever gets that vision. Okay, so they have 1 light mech and 3 mediums, so actually that's not bad salvage-wise. Okay. So, yeah, I'm fairly confident there's going to be turrets here. I'd have to look around to see where they may be. Like, there's probably 1. Looks like there may be 1 here, perhaps. Yeah, another 1 right here. So 3, maybe 4 turrets is what I would expect. That puts me at quite a bit of a disadvantage. Because the turrets give me a lot of problems. I think this one we just go for positioning. Oh, did I not have jump jets? Ooh, okay, that was an oversight then. We could attack. The problem with that is if the turrets may be able to see me. Now, with the terrain being what it is, they might not be able to do anything with it. Well, I'm going to be a little bit more on the aggressive side here, and attack. Maybe a mistake, but we'll see. We do have multi-target, so I will fire at both targets here. All right, let's see what we got. We got an Enforcer and a Kintaro. Okay. Good to see. We haven't seen... I don't think we've seen any Enforcers so far, and if we have, it was a while ago. Okay, so we're going to make UA and UB, and this is going to be B. Not great chances to hit, but
multiple targets.
We'll get through. Okay, we hit with one of those. We'll get through that evasion. They do have full armor, despite being pirates. Okay. We actually have confirmation that there is a turret here now, and it hasn't gone yet. Whether or not it has vision or can do anything against me, we don't know. It could have short-range weapons that it can't reach. It could have direct-fire weapons that it can't get a direct line of sight for, so a lot of reasons it may not be acting.
Right here.
Alright. Kind of hard to see what I want to see here. Alright, so in this case,
Yes, Commander.
Mothman should go. We'll have her jump. If I can get into cover with the jump, I'll take it. Alright, I'm going to do this jump because it will give me vision. Not sure what all we're going to be able to do here. I guess I could hit the Kintaro with my large laser, and then maybe our shorter range weapons can go after the whatever this thing is. This is a good move just to know who we need to attack here, based off of what they are. Okay, so it's a cicada. I'm still going to fire at it, of course, because we have the weapons, and it's the only thing we can fire at. But we'll go with the large laser and the Kintaro, and then everything else will be this. Not a great chance to hit, but we'll go for it. We might be able to get something going. This is the 2A variant of the cicada, which is faster, but it is not as capable on the damage standpoint. Actually, that's debatable. Because it's two medium lasers, which are going to equal the PPC, and then a small laser versus machine guns. In theory, the machine guns do more damage, but you can't really use a PPC and the machine guns at the same time. So actually, this may be the more effective damage output. From an armor standpoint, I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. Okay. So the more threatening enemy at the moment is going to be the Kintaro. So I think we should aim for that as our target. Just want to make sure with my move, if I move like this, that we are keeping in a way that I can get a direct line of sight, which this seems to be it. And then we're going to fire away. We're not going to get any better shot than this.
Coordinates received.
Then we get some cover. That's nice. All right. Fire away. Okay. Big damage. All of our damage hit. Very important. Kintaro is well armored, so this is maybe not the best thing to attack. But at the same time, this is an enemy that is threatening, so I'm going to get in there and I'm going to attack it.
Engaging jump jets.
It has the highest damage output of all the enemies here. The Enforcer's not really a high damage output kind of mech. The Cicada definitely isn't. It is the Kintaro that's a problem. Now, the Cicada may be able to move in behind me, but if it does that, it will give its back to these guys, and they'll be able to eliminate it. So we'll be fine. All right, let's go ahead and fire here. Now, if I had Vigilance or something like that, I would use it. Because obviously I don't want that Kintaro to be able to attack me. Because the way this is going to go, their light mech is going to go. It's a spider. Another mech that's not really all that threatening. I am kind of regretting taking this Jenner because I guess I kind of forgot that I didn't keep the jump jets. What we could do, I could come in, precision strike the Kintaro, which will knock it down in initiative, and then we just wallop it. I think that is actually the best move I can do. So that is what I'm going to do. It's not going to be a high, the Jenner is not going to give us the damage, but hopefully it will give us the potential to do damage before the Katara gets to go. So that's why we're going to do that. And I'm going into cover because I don't want to get shot. So there's that. Let's just go straight center torso because we've already gotten some good hits there.
Acknowledged.
Okay. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to continue to do some really good damage. And if the Cicada's not careful with the way it moves, we'll be able to hit that well. It did hit us with a small laser, but we kind of figured out the small lasers have this ability to just go right through evasion like it doesn't matter. Still not exactly sure what the rationale behind that is, but all right. So in this case, I could either go forward to gain cover, or I could just do my attack move. Well, gain cover and get a better accuracy shot. And let's take a look at our options. I could get more evasion, but I think the better shot, yeah, the better shot. This is the highest damage output mech I think that we have here. So let's go with that. I am putting myself in a somewhat vulnerable position. We could potentially get this guy off kilter enough that that works out as well. All right, let's fire.
All weapons committed.
We actually have a pretty legit chance of getting the kill here if we had gotten more center torso hits. Unfortunately, that is not what happened.
Warning.
All right, interesting. That could potentially be bad. Then again, the only mech that's going to be able to attack me now is going to be the Kintaro. So if those turrets cannot hit me, then that's pretty much lights out. Okay, so the Hunchback is going to continue to move around here. I'm going to stay on cover, but we're just going to keep moving up unless I can get closer. Yeah, all right. So that's better accuracy. We do have a little bit down accuracy due to recoil, which is, you know, it's a thing with autocannons, unfortunately, but yeah, the damage output here is more valuable than having the cover right now. And that's what the Hunchback is set up to do, is give us some fire support, so let's do that. And it's got good armor, so, I mean, we're not going to be too concerned here. All right, hopefully we can land with that autocannon. Okay, we did. Okay, we got a crit on an SRM. The real trick here is going to be what is Mothman going to be able to do, and how aggressive do we want to get with that. I think we get ultra aggressive here because we can fire all our weapons, and I do want to hit the Cicada a little bit.
Copy that.
So this is going to be a multi-target situation. So you are going to be A, and you are going to be B. And let's fire away here. Hoping we get the good damage here. Okay. That should hurt. And we've done what we set out to do, which is to reduce the damage output of the Kintaro. I don't know by how much. That was what I was afraid of. So we do have the turrets firing at us right now. Just looks like the one, though. Unless, yeah, okay. Alright. Well, I think we find ourselves in a situation where we just need to keep hitting the Kintaro, really. If I could get on the side, the flank of the Kintaro, I would do so. It's still not a bad shot here. I'll go with that. The Cicada's a little bit of a worry because it can get in behind a lot of the mechs that I have here, but if we can knock out the Kintaro, then it will be worth it. Because even with that one torso section knocked out, I mean, what weapons did we knock out? We knocked out an SRM-6 and a medium laser, and we critted one of the SRM-6s. So still got some good damage potential here, so we really need to kill this mech if we can. In theory, we could get that kill with even this attack, so Let's go for it.
Got it, Commander.
There we go. That's the kill we were looking for.
Hope we can salvage that.
We hit him so hard he sunk into the earth. Okay, here comes the spider, and similar situation with the spider. It may be able to get a back attack. Nope, not quite. Okay. So Mothman has a good potential here to do a melee strike. I'm trying to see what all we can do here. Do we take the cover but give her back? That sounds like a bad idea. I kind of want to do this before the cicada gets a chance to really open up here. Alternatively, though, we go with the Griffin, which may be running a little hot, but we can jump in behind the Enforcer and smack it. I don't think Enforcers have good rear armor. And that may be devastating. I think, though, no matter what the Enforcer does, unless it just backs straight up, we should be able to get in behind it. So I think we're alright to do this attack. I'd like to hit with this before, again, the cicada gets a chance to move away. And we've got a good chance to hit with all the weapons we're going to be using here.
My weight into it.
And cicadas don't have good armor, so this should hurt. Not quite as much as I would like, though. Okay, so the cicada is just going to back up now. He's going to reverse all the way in behind me. No, not quite. Okay. Do we still have the attack on the rear open to us? I just have to be careful with how I do this, because I don't want that turret to be able to hit me in the rear, but I want to be able to hit my enemy in the rear. I could probably walk to that. Yeah, we're going to just walk here and hit the Enforcer. They kind of leave us open to attacks, but I think we'll be alright. And we want to do this before the Enforcer really gets a chance to go. I might be able to do some really heavy damage here. Alright, fire away. If I had a precision strike, I would have used it. I guess I'm not too surprised with that attack. Okay, the question is, who do we attack now? The cicada doesn't have a lot of evasion. And it's close enough that we could really go after it. We're building up more and more recoil, though, which is a little bit of a concern. I think we go after the cicada, although it doesn't have a lot of damage output. I mean, it's sitting right there, and we've already hurt it on that side, so we might be able to continue with that. I could turn off the autocannon if I think it's a waste. I'll have to look at the situation here. I don't think it's a waste. It might get us a kill, perhaps. Maybe.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, that sure doesn't feel good. And down goes the cicada on the ground. I was afraid we'd get at least one attack against us. Alright, so the good news is that we get to go first. Question is, what do we do with that? And the answer, I don't know. We could try and finish off the cicada. Possibly a waste of damage at this point, especially as we have really neutralized the firepower of the cicada. I think we should just keep hitting the Enforcer, really. I'm not going to have an easy time hitting the spider. So the spider is more or less going to be able to do whatever it wants to do. I think we just go ahead and move in here. I could fire one at the spider, but it's going to move right after, so it doesn't really matter if we burn through evasion. But in this case, I could use precision strike, but I think that literally makes no sense because we're going to get our first move. We could use precision strike with somebody that can do more damage, which is probably the wiser move here. So I'm going to go ahead and fire.
Roger that.
And we want to get that rear attack again if we can, ideally. Alright, let's see what the spider ends up doing here. It's going to go after the hunchback, which is fine. I think we just punch it with the Vindicator. We'll be able to do good damage with that. Alright. I think it's Griffin time. And in this case, we're going to jump. I'd like to get cover if I can, but I'd like to get that rear shot also. It's possible by moving in, I'm actually opening myself up to more damage. We should have plenty of heat to do this attack with, though. I didn't pay attention to the range. It's probably fine. We're going to use Precision Strike just to see if we can get the kill here. Oh yeah, if we go center torso, that's going to be all she wrote.
All weapons committed.
Yeah, that looked pretty heavy on that center torso. Goodbye. Yeah, and forces just don't have good rear armor. That's one of their weaknesses. And we were able to take advantage of that twice with high damage output. You're not going to really survive after that. So, alright. Now we've got 2 mechs that can just wail on our opposition here. No.
Waiting for orders.
I'm trying to... You know, we could turn off the autocannon for this turn. I guess that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Then again, I could go after the turret. Nah, I mean, I don't think the turrets are that big of a threat. I want to go after the cicada here. So... yeah, let's face the spider so it can easily get in behind me, because we do know that that is a weakness of the hunchback.
Position confirmed.
We're just going to fire a couple large lasers here. See if we can finish off the cicada. I'm going to turn off the AC-5 right now. I could fire the small laser to burn through evasion and stuff, but nah. Let's just go center torso here. Yeah, center torso.
Confirmed.
Did we get the kill? Oh, he killed the pilot, so that
Target neutral.
good enough. All right.
Ready for order.
And then, without a doubt, we are going to come in for a melee strike. I will go in on the rear, why not? And attack. I don't think we've done any damage to this cicada. I'm not the cicada, the spider. Okay, blew off its arm. Okay. Here come the turrets. Miss. Okay. Alright, so Revere is now going to... I'm trying to get some evasion up here, while at the same time hitting the rear with a good accuracy shot, which it looks like that will do.
Onward.
I think Twin SRM-6 to the rear of a spider is going to be pretty good. And you know what? We can do a precision strike to make sure that's even more good. Center torso. Yeah, that's probably going to be a dead mech.
Scratch another target.
All right.
Enemy down.
We've cleaned up the enemy opposition. And at this point, I don't know if the enemy can even really see me with what turrets are here. We got a turret there. We got a turret here. We'll clean those up. But this is going to be a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.